Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Cyrene Sews. Hopefully I'm not talking too soft. I don't want to wake people that are still sleeping. It is 6:21 in the morning on Friday morning. I am ready for work, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get to record anything tonight. I haven't recorded anything all week. I've been busy, though. I've been doing stuff. I have done a lot of stuff. I got creative. I had a vision. I had two visions, and I made them happen, and I'm super happy about it. And I hope you like it too. So first, we're going to start off with what I have crocheted this week, and I was focusing on the barn animals. So I made, or farm animals. I made two pigs. Oh, that eye looks funny. Let's bring that eye out a little bit. All right, and I made two cream chicks. Making the eyes like this looks funky, but got to have some with no eyes, or with, not the safety eyes, in case the babies want them. So two cream chicks, two yellow chicks, again, one without safety eyes, and two, I guess this color is mushroom, but we're going to call it light tan, and both of these ones have safety eyes. And then I made a black and white cow and a brown and white cow, and they are cute. I like them. And then last night I made a zombie because I didn't know what else to make at the time, and I wanted to use this green because it's a pretty green. So I don't know if I'm going to put this out quite yet because it'll be my only fall/Halloween type thing. So we shall see. All right, now let me show you my vision. I wanted to make a barnyard, a farmyard. And so I got like a plank from the Dollar Tree. Well, you'll see how big it is. And then I got some popsicle sticks. And I tried to make a fence with the popsicle sticks, and that did not work out very well. So I ended up going to Hobby Lobby because that was closest. I'd rather have gone to Michael's, but it's okay. And I found like a little bitty white picket fence. And then I was trying to figure, so it's like wire, so it wasn't completely flat. I couldn't get it completely flat to like hot glue it. I didn't have anything to clamp it on to hot glue it. So I improvised, and I got some air dry clay, and I smushed it around the board, and then I put the fence in it. And then I was like, oh, I could put air dry clay on the whole thing and then paint it. I haven't painted it yet. I'm waiting for it to dry a little bit more. It's getting close. Because it took a couple days for me to get more air dry clay to be able to do the top. I don't know, I'm not sure how it's going to look, but once it's painted, it'll be close enough. So this is, and then I wanted to get like a barn shape, with a silo, but I couldn't find anything, and I don't have a saw or anything, so it's not like I could do it myself. If my dad lived closer, then I could have him do it. He's got a jigsaw. He could totally make the shape, but we won't be seeing him till early fall, so which was, well, in a month. We'll see him about a month. That's cool. So I was like, all right, how can I improvise? So I went to Goodwill to see if there was any like decorations that were in that shape, that maybe if they said like Home Sweet Home or Farm Sweet Farm, Farm Sweet, you know what I'm trying to say. Then I could just like paint over it and be cool. But I didn't. But what I did find, and I don't have it to show you, but I'm pretty sure you all know what it is similar. It either is or is similar to like a Fisher Price barn. And so I'm going to put that behind the fence, and hopefully we'll get to do the craft fair this weekend so I can show you what that looks like. But the barn is in my car right now, so I'm not going to get it, but I'll show you the fence part. There is, I'm going to paint it green. I have a little hill, and I have this is going to be a mud bath. I'm going to make it, if it turns out really ugly, then I'm just going to take green yarn and just make a mess of it and call it grass and call it a day. That's fine. But I put all the animals in it yesterday, and it looked really cute. So I think that is going to go over well. Let's see if I can I had them, I don't know if I should arrange them like randomly or whatever. It'll make more sense when it's all put together, but I'm sure the kids are gonna make a mess of them anyway, which is fine. So we've got all our little farm animals in our farmyard. And then the other one was a little more complicated. I wanted to make a new display for my crochet cats, for the loaf cats. And I was like, what about a cat tree? That would be kind of cute. I mean, most people do like the Adopt Me box, free kittens, but actually pay for kittens. And I thought, what if I did a little cat tree and then they could have that height that we want in our displays? And so that people can see it from a distance and, you know, they're looking eye level and the kids are looking eye level and so it's all just everybody's seeing it. So I wish I would have recorded some of the process, but it was, well, first of all, I looked for something similar because I was like, I don't have the tools to make this. So I'll look for it, and I didn't find anything. I searched, and then I was like, what, not even ideas? Like, you know, so I was like, cat tree display for cat tree, or, you know, tabletop cat tree toy, nothing. There was like a little ceramic one, but that was not going to do. That wasn't going to serve my purposes. So I just looked at pictures of regular cat trees, and I was like, okay, I'll just get some dowels, and my roommate has a screwdriver. So that's what I did. I got some dowels and I used a screwdriver, and it was hard. My hands suck. I had to pay like $12 for a drill bit that was the size I needed for the dowels because I wanted the thicker dowels so that would be more stable. But then the planks were planks for the actual display part. They were kind of going crooked when it went in the. So I was like, I tried to use like the little rubber bands and stopper. I was like, that way they can be like adjustable. I can adjust the heights. That didn't work out very well either. So I was talking to my son and I told him what I was doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm making this cat tree display. And he's like, oh yeah, toilet paper rolls for the win and some sisal rope. And I'm like, wait, what? Son, how did I not think of this? So I was like, I'm still going to use the dowels, but I can put toilet paper rolls around them, and that'll add it more stability, and that'll make it so the planks are flat instead of, because it was like, you know, the hole was on this side. And so I didn't have any rope. I was like, oh, I have twine. The twine was really, really tiny. My cats are making noise. Twine was really, really tiny, so like that's gonna take way too long. So I got my gray yarn and I wrapped that around paper towel or toilet paper rolls, and so it looks like just carpet, just like the, you know, generic trees that you get that have like the gray carpet on them, and it looks great. And then I took, I don't have them out here. We'll see the finished product, but at the Dollar Tree, I found little circle and square and heart cardboard boxes with a lid. Now they're about yay big, and so it's like the circles will be perfect for cat beds, you know, because they have the tree and then they have the bed around them. And then I tried putting yarn around that, and the bottom ended up really nice, but the sides were just a hassle. And then especially when I tried to like put it inside and then around, that did not work at all. And then I tried to take it off and it didn't work at all because I used wood glue for everything. So those went in the trash, and I went back to the Dollar Tree and I bought some more. So I have a bunch of round cardboard things, and I'm using the lids. So I'll probably use those, maybe paint them or something and use them for random things on my desk. They will get a use or they'll be recycled. Anyway, so let me show you the final piece. I'm not sure. Oh, and then it wasn't like the bottom wasn't stable because I think when I put the dowel in and I used the wood glue and I used my tripod to like and a clothespin to keep it like clamped or whatever. But the dowel ended up going just a little bit itty bit beyond the wood, so it's kind of off kilter. So I ended up having to make a little weight for it. So let's see if I can, again, you know, I'm always a mess back there. Don't mind it. Okay. So it's actually a lot sturdier, feels a lot sturdier than I thought it was going to be, which makes me happy, especially with this weight. So I took some flannel cat fabric and I just made like a donut with an opening to make the weight so that it stays a little more stable. It's still not 100% stable, but at least the wind isn't going to knock it down. All right, let's see if I can get this in picture. I don't want to show you it from that angle because the rest of my place is a little messy too. All right, so let's see, here's the paper towel rolls with the yarn around them, and here you can, and then I found the heart. So I was like, what am I going to do? I have this bit of dowel. Maybe I should glue that. Anyway, I've got this bit of dowel here, left over. Hold on, bear with me here. I had this much dowel left over, and I was like, what am I going to do with that? I didn't want to cut it. I didn't want to make another plank. It was high enough for me. And then I saw this heart one. I was like, there we go. Make a little sign and make a little dot. And I mean, this is kind of, I'm not a fan of this exact part, but that's fine. And I've got the little beds. I made little cat beds for them for the inside. And so that, I'm really, really happy with that. And this is another reason I wanted to make the thing, because I tried to take the sticker off and it did not work. So the weight covers that. And I was like, well, what if people are interested in these little cat beds? So I made some more. I didn't make round ones, so I made square ones. So I took this cat fabric and this flannel, by the way, and I mean, they look like just like washcloth size. These are for the bigger cats. They're like little cat beds, and then these for little smaller cats. And so I'm going to put them on there, and then if the kids is like, oh, what about this? I'm like, yeah, $1. So, and then I have the square box. We're going to pretend this is a cat. So the square box is going to be like a cat house or whatever, probably with a bed. Here, let's get the full effect here. Little cat bed, little cat, and it's going to be like that. And then I'll have, because I have some bigger, so I think mostly the smaller cats are going to go on this, and then the bigger cats are going to go like on the bottom. But they don't have like bigger boxes, so I was like, that's okay. This works, and then I'll just have the other ones on these, or just, you know, on the table as it is. And that is my plan. That was my vision. I was really happy with the way it turned out, and I don't know that I'll be able to do it again. Obviously, if it breaks, I'm probably going to. We'll see how people react to it. I think it's going to be fun, and I'm really excited about it, because I've never been the creative type. I know, oh, well, you do. And even when I started sewing, I was like, I'm not the crafty type, and I followed patterns and whatnot. But I've always been able to like see something and be like, okay, we could do this to make it better, or this differently, even if it's not better, but just different. But like coming up on things like that on my own has not really been one of my strong suits. And so I was really happy that I was able to come up with this. And at first I was frustrated because I didn't see anything else like it. But then I was like, hey, this is original. So it's pretty cool living your life not really expressing yourself, and then coming into your 40s. Well, I'm going to be 45 at the end of the month. And, you know, like actively expressing your creativity and not, you know, letting other people try to get you down. Not that anyone, I mean, people are supportive, and it's really cool. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that little sappy bit in. I'm supposed to have an event tomorrow. At the moment, it's looking stormy and rainy. We will see. She said she might change it to Sunday, but Sunday is starting to look worse. I'm very happy if the weather switches to Sunday and we get to still do it on Saturday, one or the other. I don't really care which day it is. Just please let it not be raining. Cloudy is fine. It's the raining that we don't want. So anyway, that is going to be all for now, and I will let you know tomorrow if we don't go. Then you'll have some more to watch, and if we do go, you'll probably still have some more to watch. The video would have been longer if I had stopped now. And there probably would have been the end of the video, but I didn't record anything throughout the week, so you just get to see the final product. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit either way. Bye. Hello, friends. It is Saturday. It is 5:42 in the evening. We did go to the event this morning, which was a breakfast slash kids stuff STEM slash raffle staff vendor event. So there were some animals there, and I guess a lot of people canceled, but those of us that were left, we all were able to fit in the hangar of this airport. There's a little teeny tiny small town airport. And we were all in one hangar, and they had bounce house, like 2 bounce houses outside of the hangar, like around the corner of the hangar, and it was kind of a mess at the beginning. It was a little chaotic. We all got there, weren't really sure what to do, and then the guy's like, "Hey, y'all can't be parking out here. This is an airport." Not exactly his words, but he was like, "This is a runway," whatever. I don't remember what he said. Anyway, he needed to move the plane to basically where a lot of us were parked. So we had to move the cars to the other parking lot and then wait, twiddle our thumbs. And then finally he got the planes moved, and then we were allowed back in and able to start our stuff. And the lady was like, okay, because it was all, whatever she had planned before was all kind of messed up. So now she had to be like, okay, we got all these vendors we need to fit inside the hangar instead of some being in and some being out and whatnot. So that chaos, I do not blame her at all for that chaos. It was a mess because we knew it was going to storm. We knew it was going to rain. At the very least, it was going to rain. If not storm, we would be lucky if it missed us. And boy, oh boy, did it not miss us. When it first started, it was cool. It was just raining a little bit. They had like an overhang of the hangar. Now I was inside. I was like 3/4 the way inside the hangar. So that was pretty nice. I wasn't worried about getting anything wet or anything like that. So, but it started raining and then it started pouring and we saw lightning. They closed the hangar a little bit, but then the wind got too much, and then they just closed the hangar. And the hangar was closed for like I want to say at least 2 hours while it just stormed and stormed and stormed and thunder and thunder. I mean, I wish I would have been able to see it. I love storms personally, but it was just loud rolling thunder. It wasn't like crack, crack thunder. It was like that rolling thunder that's perfect to fall asleep to. It was a little loud rolling, but it was still rolling thunder. That's just like, for me personally, love to fall asleep to it. Anyway, so the market itself went okay, I guess. I didn't lose any money. I made more money than I would have because I did not go to the farmer's market, and I'm glad that I didn't go to the farmer's market. But I sold $60 worth of things. My booth fee was $30. It was supposed to be $25, but she didn't give me the change. I didn't ask for the change. So booth fee was $30. It was more like a donation to this cause and whatnot. So, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. So I basically made 30, and then I gave 10 to my daughter for helping. She doesn't help a lot. I woke her up too early. She got a bellyache. She still came and helped out a little bit. But it was, there was a lot of people there and a lot of kids there, but I don't think anyone came there to spend money. At least not very much. I did, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole transactions. So, I mean, it's really not bad considering I only had 6 transactions. My first one was a large rainbow cat, and that was like 2 hours in. Before I sold anything, it was like 2 hours in. And then I had a couple people buy things, and then like maybe 1 or 2 toward the end. So, and then at the very, very end, someone bought 2 small bandanas, but I sold a large rainbow cat, a large Curie. I call it a Curie cat because my cat, Miss Madame Curie, is a dilute tortie, and those are the color scheme I used for that one. A pig, a yellow chick, and a cow, and 2 small bandanas. I think I already said 2 small bandanas. So, notes on this event. I don't know if I'll do it again next year, but I can't say that I won't. I think it had a good turnout for what it was as far as people and foot traffic, but I don't think a lot of people came to spend money, and I think, well, at least not on the vendor stuff. The lady next to me only made one sale. I think other people did okay. I saw people with bags, but it wasn't like, and the breakfast was not great. It was like you got a donut hole from Dunkin' Donuts and a banana and some Chobani yogurt. So, I mean, the yogurt was quality yogurt. I've never had it. I don't like Greek yogurt. Tastes too sour creamy. I don't know. It's just not sugary enough for me. I love that added sugar. Anyway, so, and then like a bag like this big of like milk or chocolate milk, which was really weird, but it was good milk. I ended up having it. Um, and an applesauce and they had orange juice as well. And I think they had sodas too, but like bottled sodas. So, and these were all donated by things because this is for, I don't remember exactly what it's for, but I don't remember if it was for Discovery Station or for like some other program and Discovery Station just put it on. But um, they did have some cool stuff. They had well, before it started storming, they had a helicopter come in. They were doing drones like outside at first and then inside. My friend's husband actually was one of the people who was doing the drones. That was a lot of fun. He gets so excited and animated talking about his drones, and he's got one that you can have follow you. And it's, you know, as long as you stay in that position as you're walking, it follows you either in front of you or behind you. So you know, he gets so animated. I haven't actually gotten to try this one out, but it's cool. Drones are cool as long as they don't, you know, invade anyone else's privacy, which doesn't. I think he uses drones as part of his job as well. I can't explain it. He's explained it a couple times. I don't know. Anyway, and they had like remote control airplanes, you know, like yay big. They were pretty big. At least they looked that big to me, and they were in the sky or whatever. So that was cool. And then kids got to go into the helicopter and check that out. So that was pretty cool. They didn't get to go. No, the plane was off to the side, but they didn't get to go in it. Excuse me. And I only know this because my friend's daughter, she has a service dog, and they wanted to go in the plane so she could take a picture in the plane. No, nobody was going in the plane, just the helicopter. So let's see. This I got a little bit of video of the storm, but not when it got like bad. It was just like the start of it. And so I will show you that at the end. And I'll show you my setup. It was a little different this time because we were like in rows, so, and we didn't have the tent, so it was like we both sides, you know. So I had my tent like this, like you would, but people were looking on the outside of it, and so that was a little bit different. And then I didn't make any more. So I had given a lot of this stuff that I'm about to say. What I didn't have is because I gave it to the Discovery Station store to commission to sell for me. And I didn't take any back, and I didn't, you know, 'cause I didn't really have a whole lot of those anyway, which were the poo bag holders and the tissue pouches. But that made room for my new displays, and I like how it ended up, so I hope you do too. A couple people commented on my cat tree, but it didn't get the attention that I think it deserved. Maybe it's just me, but I really like it. But you know, it just may not have been the right crowd. Who knows? And apparently, I put one of the dragon's wings on the wrong orientation, as my daughter's friend pointed out to me. I'm like, yeah, you know, I had put them on the other way and it didn't look right, and then I put them on that way and it didn't look right, so I just put them on how they put them on, so whatever. But now I know how to put the wings on, which direction they should go to. So next time I do that kind of dragon, that's what I will do. But yeah, so that was how that went, and hopefully next weekend the weather worked out. I'm sorry, I'm so tired, so tired. So hopefully next weekend the weather works out for Saturday, then I can do the farmer's market. Because that would be great because I feel like I haven't made any money. I mean, yeah, I made 30 today, and it wasn't like it was far away. It was at the airport. It was just past the zoo. So it was, it wasn't like I wasted any gas on it or anything like that. And I made some money. Otherwise I would have just been at home not doing anything, and not making any money anyway. So my hand is unhappy with me. So I have not crocheted since Thursday. Or maybe did I crochet Friday morning? I don't remember. But in any case, my hand hurts, probably from like kneading that, the air dry clay to get it all flat. Because first I tried stretching it out and it didn't. Anyway, a lot of kneading in my hand. It's very angry at me. So I've been wearing my. I don't have it on now, but I was wearing my thing. Um, and so yeah, we'll see how it feels tomorrow. But I've already started making a list of like things I want to get done this week if I have the energy, in preparation for that. I also signed up for an indoor event on the 6th of September. So I'm looking forward to that. And that booth fee was like $30, I think. So totally okay. I went to one of his a couple throughout the year, and they, the foot traffic is okay to the one I went to. But maybe I think that might have been earlier in the spring. I honestly don't remember. It's been a long time, and I have had a long day. So that's coming up, so that's exciting. But this coming weekend, hopefully, the weather, because I think I'll only have like 2 more days that I can do the market potentially. And that is this Saturday, and then, or maybe 3. I have 2. I want to say 2. No, I think I only have, no, I don't have any weekends in September that I can do it because I'm doing the one thing, and then I'm going to Oshkosh, and then I have to work the 2 weekends after that, and then it's October. And so that first weekend in October will be my last weekend because the next weekend after that is the last weekend of the market. So I really only have 2 more days that I can do the market. So hopefully I'll get to do those 2 days. And hopefully the ones that I'm paying for will turn out well. I know that the one that's in November, the one at my work, I did decent at last year. And hopefully with the crochet stuff, I'll do more decent. But anyway, enough rambling on and on and on. Here's some footage of the event, and then you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Please please subscribe. Please let me know what you think about my my new displays, because I would really like to know what people actually think about them. I don't know if I'm just excited because I got to make something, or if it really is kind of cool and hey, this should have been thought of a long time ago. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hyping it up way too much in my brain. But anyway, so take care, and I will see you next week. So they had some animals there. They had these chinchillas, a mom and some young ones. They had a turtle and an iguana and a rabbit one's walking around with. And I think that was all they had for the animals. But all I got footage of was these chinchillas. I can talk. And here's my setup. I've got my tote bags and my farm display, and we have the random food and wristlets. My wristlets, there's my scrunchies, there's my daughter's keychains. I tried very, very hard not to get my daughter at least her face in this one. Realized I should have started over here, so ended up having to go right back around. I got those little signs at Dollar Tree. I will see how I can figure out how to get them weighted so that they stand in the wind when we're at the markets and whatnot. And here's my little animal adopt display, and we've got these in the hexagon. We have our cat toys and our bandanas. And then we have the rest of it. There's a lot of vendors there, a lot of variation. She did a real good job making sure there weren't 2 people doing the same thing. And then we still have some planes in there. There's some mining station. There's a little food station. And here's where it started to get a little stormy. It did get worse, but I didn't get footage because they took the hangar down. But this was the start of the storm. So that is all I have for you. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Like, subscribe, let me know how you like it.